Hi everybody, welcome to this question and answer video. My name is David, this channel is DeMars Coaching, and I make these question and answer videos typically every week to answer your guys' questions, to help you guys heal from whatever has been traumatic or upsetting, from emotionally traumatic, abusive, neglectful relationships. We need to heal from these by understanding our experience, what happened to us, expressing our experience, our feelings, stuff like this, and hopefully I can help you understand it a little better by answering your questions. So please ask me anything you want down below in the comment section, and I will answer it in the next question and answer video. I've been doing this every week for about 6 years, and I rarely ever miss them. Lately, I haven't been doing them every week because of the response I'm getting from you guys. I get very low views on these videos, a couple hundred, few hundred, and I don't get likes. It gives you an option to tell me if you like the video or not, and I don't get the likes. I'm not doing these videos for likes. It's just a good way to give me feedback. If you guys aren't pushing the like button, you don't like it. And I don't care about excuses. I don't care about, I don't want anyone to know, I have to log in, I have to do this. If you're going to watch my videos every week and you don't like them, then I'm not going to make them. It's that simple, right? Why would I make videos not very many people like? 30 likes tells me that the only 200 to few hundred people that watch them, they don't like them. There's only 30 people that like them. Not enough, So if you do like these videos, you can simply hit the like button. That will help them continue. If you don't like these videos, continue to not like them and they will stop. Okay? It's that simple. I'm just going to do what you guys want, what you like. And I can't make everybody happy. And I can't make videos for 5 people, 10 people, 30 people. My videos used to get thousands of views a day. Now I'm lucky if I get 1,000 in a day or a few days. But getting just a couple hundred views and 30 likes tells me people don't want them. And I'm sorry for the 30 of you that like them. But if I get more, maybe I'll keep making them, okay? If not, I'm probably going to stop them. So you guys get to decide that. It's up to you. All right, so I recommend something every week. And it's based on what you guys need help with, what you ask me, stuff like this. Saida from France says, what is the most important thing you would like to pass on in your YouTube channel? And what is the most important thing you would like to pass on in life? That's very nice of you to ask. Thank you, Saida. I end every video with love yourself first. If I can get people to look at themselves first, look at themselves, accept who they are, their shortcomings, their mistakes, right? Their failures. And it's about loving who you are. Acceptance is something so important to me. Saida asked me a question similar to this a couple weeks ago, and I said something that I'm always working on to be better at is acceptance. We need to accept people for who they are. You don't have to accept them in your life, but we have to accept different opinions and different values and different needs that people have. We're all different, and we have to learn how to be agreeable and accept that people are different, okay? And we have to accept ourselves by loving who we are, saying this isn't something I can change, or maybe this is something I can change and try to change it, okay? I looked up an article from Psychology Today, one of my favorite sources of information, as you guys know, and it's about acceptance. So I want to read something that this author wrote. It says one of the key ideas underlying acceptance is that difficult emotions are an inescapable part of life. At different times, we will find ourselves sad, angry, disappointed, bored, frustrated, grieving, heartbroken, etc. No one, even the most even-keeled individual, is free of these emotions. When these emotions inevitably do arise, there are 2 ways that we can react: resistance or acceptance. For many of us, resistance is our default reaction. After all, these emotions are not necessarily pleasant to experience, but psychologists have found that trying to resist or avoid certain difficult experiences can cause further psychological harm. Neglecting, denying, resisting, projecting our emotions, things that are uncomfortable to us, can cause more physical or psychological harm. Big time. Holding it in, making your stomach hurt, internalizing things that people do, making us feel like it's us, it's our fault, our problem. So Further in the article, it says to be more accepting, it can be helpful to reflect on your habitual attitude towards yourself. Ask yourself, they got 3 things here. Do you ever speak harshly to yourself about a perceived mistake you made or an embarrassing thing you said? Would you do that to your child? Shouldn't you love yourself as much as you love your child? I hope, because you're teaching your child that. So if you love yourself, if you want your child to love yourself, love their self, you love yourself. No? Are you even feeling overwhelmed with emotion and on top of everything, frustrated with yourself for feeling this way? Feeling ashamed or guilty of our own emotions? That's why we may not tell somebody. How might you be able to take a more understanding and gentle attitude towards yourself? How could you take a more gentle attitude towards yourself? I like to refer to ourselves as a child. We were children. That is us. We've grown up. We've changed a little bit, but it's still us. We have a child in us, and we need to take care of this child, protect this child, nurture this child. There's nobody else to do it. All right, so they give, it's like 4 or 5 things, how to be more accepting. Cultivate acceptance by noticing your resistance. Be aware of how you do resist to this, how you're hard on yourself, how you judge yourself, how you do not accept all of yourself. Identify that. Number 2, cultivate acceptance by questioning your patterns. The best, most successful company will have a president that hires someone just to call them out. Think if they didn't. They have a staff that supports that president no matter what they do, even when they make mistakes. Not aware of it. Cultivate acceptance by being mindful. Mindfulness is being aware of what we're doing. It says, be more aware of our habitual patterns. One way is with mindfulness. It involves both awareness and acceptance of our experience. Not judging, not being harsh, not the word should have. How in the hell does that serve you? I should have. It's already happened. Accept it. Made a mistake? Is that what you want to call it? What would you like to do next time? How would you like to handle that next time? That's all you can do, isn't it? Yeah. Cultivate acceptance by thinking of your inner child. Talking to yourself as loving and as caring and as compassionate and as empathetic as you would your child. Pretty self-explanatory. Cultivate acceptance through practice. Just like any other skill, it takes practice. People are accepting of themselves, and others have made acceptance a mental habit by continuously choosing a more accepting mindset over and over and again. Our brains are, we are creatures of habit, and you can start or stop a habit within 30 days, usually. People say, how do I accept myself? You do it. You say it. You look in the mirror and you say, it's okay. Stop with the typical reactionary behaviors that we have. That was bad. That was harsh. That was stupid. I'm not going to tell anybody. Tell someone. Tell someone how you feel. Ask for what you want. Apologize for things. Communicate. And that's that. I'll put the article down in the description box. Anybody wants to read the rest of it, the entire article. Okay, now let me get into the questions. From Suzanne in the United Kingdom, all I ask is you guys share your locations with us. Thank you, Suzanne. Suzanne says, I'm 5 years out of a 15-year marriage to a covert narcissist. I noticed recently how much I have changed from a person I used to be. I was always interested in fashion and having my hair out in new styles and socializing with friends, family, feeling good about myself. I now notice that I don't like to attract attention to myself. I dress down, I feel anxious, I need to plan social meetings, and worry I will fail in some way. Isn't that okay to fail? What are you afraid of? Does it hurt? I write a lot of lists before any interaction with even my closest family. So we're trying to avoid every single mistake and failure we can, huh? So mistakes and failures aren't okay. Is it okay for your child to make mistakes, to fail? Why is it not okay for you? Is it okay for anybody else? Just not you. Sounds like you're your worst enemy. I write a lot of lists before I write a lot of lists before any interaction with even my closest family. Why? Do they judge you? Do they turn on you? I would imagine we have this mindset from our family. Yeah? And it's just reinforcing it every day, communicating with them still, at least in the same way that we are. Okay, let's continue. My sister, who looks a lot like me, but is more flamboyant, outgoing, and extrovert, recently bought herself a dress, which gets her a lot of compliments, and she felt good wearing. She wanted to buy me one too. We live far apart, so won't be at the same event in the same dress. I refused as I now find I hate clothes shopping and dressing up and getting attention. I think every time I get a compliment or felt nice, it would trigger a lot of fighting and abuse from my ex. So now I prefer to downplay that part of me. I do buy pretty things sometimes, but I can't bring myself to wear them. Would love to hear your thoughts on this. Will it fade? Will I be able to get back to who I was before? It's up to you. It's up to you. We can't wait and expect. Why would something just happen? I love the advice. Oh, it just takes time. Time cures all. No, it doesn't. No. If time cures all, I don't think any of us have enough in our lifetime to wait. Maybe it'll take hundreds of years. Be who you want to be. Start playing the part. Start living your life. I'm not telling you to go backwards. And, when we have such a traumatic experience, we want to resort back to the person we were before that experience, like as if we were safe then. The person you were before this experience will get you into experiences like this. The person you are today, hopefully, will learn from this experience to avoid them. Wouldn't you rather be that? You don't like how you feel. You don't like how you're living your life. So we change it. We can't keep living this way. You're reinforcing it. You're investing. You're committed. You're committed to this. I can see. Things like depression is very, very hard to come out of because we are forced to do everything we don't want to. We're resisting our brain. Your brain has locked you in to a safe place, you believe, but you're not. And that is being as safe as I can in every interaction. And I would imagine that would be not being vulnerable, not telling the truth, not expressing myself, making sure everybody's happy and I don't cross any lines of anybody. No way to live. You might as well lock yourself up. I don't understand. I don't see how interactions are serving you. I don't see how any socializing you're doing can be beneficial. Maybe it's the people. Maybe it's your family. You have such trouble interacting with. And we're not fixing it. What are we doing about that? We all need help in our lives. All of us. We need help all the time. Just like we may need help with our cars getting fixed. Not very many of us are mechanics, especially these days with the computers in cars. We can't fix them ourselves. Is that a bad thing? That we need a mechanic to fix our car? What about something more complex? What about something more important than our psychological, mental, emotional well-being? That none of us know exactly how to be perfect. Not that we're trying, but we all need help with that. Maybe you need a little help. Maybe you need someone on your side. A little support. A little guidance. An outlet to release how you really feel because you're not telling anybody. You're keeping everything inside as if you're not worthy to express these things. I think you're not allowed to. It's dangerous. You said, and I'll just get to answer your question. Will it fade? No. Not on its own. You're just making it worse. Every day you live the same way, you're just making it harder and harder to change. And addiction is a lot easier to change 30 days into it than 30 years. So start living the life you want. Even if it's scary, do it anyway. What's going to happen? What have you not experienced already that you're so afraid of? Or are you afraid of a repeated experience? Why? You're okay. You're alive. You're scared. Your brain's taken over. And you've committed to this. You're investing in it. You're reinforcing this every day. So I'm not saying it's not scary or hard, but you got to stop. You want to be more outgoing? Be more outgoing. You want to socialize more? Socialize more. It feels not good right now? That will fade because of what you're doing. Because you're pushing yourself out there to socialize, to be the person you want to be, going against how scary and bad it feels. That's achievement. That's success. And that's how we heal. What if all this was very easy? The fact that it's so hard feels good when we do it. When we face our fears and we survive. You can tell your story. You can help inspire others. Get help. There's lots of help and support out there for you. You are worthy, and you will know that when you hire it. Okay? Good luck. Jamit from the United States. Hi, Jamit. My question is, do others ever catch on to the toxic people that abused us? I saw a post about how others will eventually figure it out. Not all, but some do, it seems. That's a little general, Jamit. These kind of abusive behaviors usually tend to surface in relationships due to stress, so they take a while. That's why in the beginning it was great and it was fun and exciting and they were so nice and giving, and then it all changes because their traits finally surface. So people with personality disorders always, it's pervasive. They never change. It's just always the same thing, rigid. So it will always in relationships surface, yes. People that don't have relationships with these people, they may or may not know or catch on to their behavioral traits. But what's funny is, you have people like smear campaigns, go out there and post things on Facebook and say all these horrible things. That alone is toxic. So it really doesn't matter what they're saying or who they're saying it about. Normal, healthy people know that's toxic alone. Doesn't matter what they're saying or who it's about. So we may not realize that. And we say, God, don't people catch on and see how they're sick and gross? Yeah, healthy people do. Toxic people, unhealthy people don't. If we're involved in a relationship for several years with someone extremely toxic, we're not healthy. And so when they go do a smear campaign and do all this crazy stuff, we might think, oh, they aren't seeing it, are they? Yeah, they are. Healthy people are like disgusting. But you get some sick people that support it and gravitate towards it and like it. And, oh, well. I don't know if I'm answering your question. Do others ever catch on to toxic people that abused us? Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Healthy people. I mean, if you're telling someone that somebody abused you, we don't just dismiss it. Yeah? Ask me more. Give me more details. Ask me more specific question if you can, Janet. Thanks. Tara. Tara from Eastern United States. Hi, Tara. Some people just expect so much out of me, I just can't meet all their needs. Well, then you can't. Let's accept that. They need to meet these needs for themselves. Yes. I don't think anyone should rely on only one person to have their needs met. So they also need to, no, we don't depend. That's dependency. If I meet my own needs, right? I'm not looking somewhere for someone to meet them. I'm meeting them. To add extra people in my life is beautiful. Now I have relationships. But then there are emotional needs that must be met in the relationship. But if I can't meet my own needs, I can't meet the needs in the relationship. We're screwed. So if you feel like someone is completely dependent on you and relying on you to meet all their needs, there's issues. It means they can't meet them themselves. And I use the example of security, emotional security, maybe the most important thing in your life. If I cannot reassure myself before I have a girlfriend, David, you're going to be okay. They know they're not staring at you. No, they like you. It's everything. You know, if I can't do that and I enter a relationship, good luck with any female in the world reassuring me. Can't. Starts with meeting your own emotional needs yourself, and then we meet emotional needs that are required in the relationship. It's not I get my emotional needs met through people. I meet my own emotional needs. There's emotional needs in the relationship that must be met. Very separated, defined, clear. Someone with you-know-who, with massive fear of abandonment, if you try to reassure them all day and it's not working, there's a problem that can't be fixed. Relationship is over. Okay? Hope that makes sense. Thanks, Tara. And next one is from Saida again. Yes, there must be some fear of vulnerability. I need to check myself about that. I don't understand that. Yes, there must be some fear of vulnerability. Oh, probably something I said in my video. I've been thinking about why the partner disengaged from the relationship when he had all his needs met. And I realized that the problem was that I met too many of his needs and I didn't express mine. I was creating an imbalance in the relationship. But now with the coaching, I have learned to identify my needs. I express them. I will need to hold back and learn how to meet the partner's needs little by little, waiting that he expresses them. Instead of meeting all his needs immediately and even the needs he didn't need. Silly me. Well, again, we have emotional needs, all of us, and we meet our own emotional needs. And then we are able to have relationships with people where we can meet the emotional needs in the relationship. I don't know about meeting too many needs. Can't you, with your partner, make them feel secure, give them emotional attention and connection, and have emotional autonomy and privacy and intimacy and friends and being part of social groups? Why can't we have all those met? Unless they're not meeting the needs of your side of the relationship. I think that's what you mean. Or it's imbalance. Sure, you're being neglected if they're not meeting your needs. People don't tend to leave because you're meeting all their needs. Right? You're saying that your needs weren't met. He didn't meet the needs on your side of the relationship, and that's why he left. I don't know about that. Anyways, thanks for your comment. And Victoria from the Bay Area, hi Victoria, says, I was just talking to my friend's 24-year-old daughter. She told me every man that she dated has raped her. She asked me not to tell her mother. This situation concerns me, and I no longer want her around my sons. Am I being paranoid? Something's just not right about this girl. So what I'm going to say, acceptance. Acceptance is the opposite of judgment. And this gets very confusing for some people sometimes. I have to accept when someone is so mentally ill, I can't have them in my life. It's not judging them. Yes, judgment could be, oh, they got so many problems, I'm not going to talk to them. Sure, but at the same time, I can't allow someone with so much mental health that they may be suicidal, homicidal. They may bring drugs into my house. You know, there's mental health issues we can't allow into our life, and it's sad. But what can we do about it? Nothing. There's hundreds of thousands of children that are dying all the time around the world. And it's so awful and so sad, but I can't be around it. I can't see that. And bless the people that do. Criminals. You can't have criminals in your life. Some of them need to be locked up. They're so violent. Right? Is that judging? No, it's keeping yourself safe. I can't have someone extremely unstable in my life. I can't. And even if they're getting help, They're still like that. Help. For me to allow someone into my life because they're mentally ill, the only way I'll do it is not because they get help, because they stopped, because they're better, not trying. This isn't like I'm like your dad and, as long as you try, honey. No, I can't. You're paranoid schizophrenic. I can't start a relationship with you. What do you want to call that? You want to call that judgmental or safe? I have to accept reality. I have to accept that there are people in this world that might be nice, sweet, loving, but they might hurt me. And they're not very in control of their behaviors, and I can't control them either. What can I do? Only control myself. Would I want a 24-year-old female in my life that says every man she's ever been involved with has raped her? No. I do not want that person in my life. Why? Because I instantly get a red flag that says I'm the next rapist. She might be nice as hell, loving, caring, compassionate, empathetic. She may consciously never want to hurt anybody, but subconsciously completely destroy your life. And all she can say is, sorry, I didn't mean to. I didn't know. We can't. It's dangerous. I don't know what else to say. I hope you guys understand. I would love your feedback on this. What do you guys think? You agree with me? No, we have to allow everyone into our life because that's not nice. Think about everyone. Or then you start saying, well, no, not some people. Some people know. Yeah, exactly. Some people know, and that's up to the individual. I'm not going to have someone like that in my life. And it's not, I'm not judging her. I'm trying to stay safe. That's not safe. That's dangerous as hell. That is extremely dangerous. And it's sad, if you want specifically a 24-year-old daughter who claims that she's been raped by every man in her life. If it's true, she was molested as a child. She's molested, she dissociates, and boys, 24-year-old boys, unless you say no, they're going to have sex with your body. If you lay there, and if you dissociate, you're not resisting. That's usually what happens. Usually a female who's been molested in their childhood has not healed. They will tend to dissociate, be triggered by sexual acts. A man puts his hand on her leg, could get her to dissociate. That means go for it to a 24-year-old boy. I'm saying if it's true, I don't know. And I'm not trying to judge her. It's sad. If she believes that, she either really has been raped by every man or she believes that she has been. Either way, traumatic experience, yeah? The fact that she can't tell her mother tells you why she's like this. Mother doesn't care for her. Listen to her. Saida again. The school knew about the bullying and did nothing. So recently she told me about a story of a child who was bullied at school and online and took their own life. Not much investigation. Their friends are still being bullied at the same school. I mean, it's just ridiculous, this stuff. It just, nobody cares. I finally found something, unless it directly happens to you, nobody cares. Seriously. We all say how empathetic we are and compassionate. Narcissistic abuse is wrong. Yeah, unless it's online. Unless it's right out in the open, then it's okay. So the school knew about the bullying and did nothing. That's typical, yes. The mom met the minister of education and he said he could do nothing. He couldn't do anything. The teachers have not contacted the mom since the death of the girl. One of her friends is still being bullied in that same school. It is insane. Tomorrow the mom meets the first lady. So this is here and she's going to meet the president's wife. We will see what she says about it. Nothing. Nothing. The first lady, you know what she allows what she watches, participates, and supports in, you think she's going to care about this? Nothing will happen. Nothing. Families and people are getting organized to hold social medias accountable for these tragedies. Good luck. Good luck. You have to go to your politician. Social media's answer to federal commissions, which are controlled by politicians, can be. They're untouchable. Billions of dollars. They don't care. They do whatever they want. No regulation at all. They just act as private companies, being able to do whatever they want. There's a big story a year or two ago. A man that was in the news. He was a news anchor or something like that in the United Kingdom. He went on YouTube, created a channel, and began bullying, smearing, and stalking women. And I believe more than one woman took their own life because of it. He's now in prison, thankfully. This is how this stuff gets stopped. Is once someone's found guilty of this stuff, then more will be. But as he sits in prison, YouTube still has his channel on there. Won't get rid of one video. Totally okay. They don't care. But I'm not allowed to say a word. I'm not allowed to say violence. I'm not allowed to say child abuse. We're all messed up, mixed up, turned around. We use freedom of speech as a weapon. Censorship and deleting people. It's all wrong. Nothing will happen. The First Lady has a lot more to deal with right now. Her family's in a lot of trouble. I'm sure that's what she cares a lot more about because she's been watching it for decades. She knew this time will come. And I doubt she's going to care about a mother complaining about a bully in school. Won't care. She's married to a bully. Sad story. Thanks for the details. I'd like to hear more about it. I said I might do a video about it. I think it's necessary. Yeah. And I started, again, guys, I started a petition. Stop narcissistic online bullying. It's a global petition. It's always right down in the description box. It's right down in the comments. Everyone in the world can just follow it and hit that they support it. That's it. And it's targeted directly at social media. Okay? Okay. Rory says it's cooler in Ohio, but still nice. Recently, I was out antiquing with my sister, and I came across a wooden sign. It said, "I can't wait till I can kiss you anytime I want." I asked her to, and I got the same feeling you did, Rory. I asked her to tell me what she feels when she reads it, and she said, "Oh, that's sweet." I felt the complete opposite and felt somewhat triggered, maybe because of the way my husband would corner me and kiss me or grab parts or whatever. I felt it was very disrespectful. Can you tell me your thoughts on this? It's our own perception by our own experiences, Rory. You have good experiences to reasonably be triggered by that. And it's we were objectified, Rory, all of us. We're in relationships with narcissistic people like this. We were objectified. We were an object to pick up and use and exploit whenever they wanted to. Boundaries? Are you telling me, no, I can't touch my wife? Are you telling me that I can't have sex with my wife? That I can't kiss my wife whenever I want, when I worked so hard and bought this house you live in and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that's why. That's why you're triggered by it. Maybe your sister didn't have that same experience. If I didn't have experiences like I did, I would look at that sign and say, that is so sweet. But I don't. It grosses me out a little bit. And what do you guys think about that sign? Say down below. What was your emotional reaction to that? Hi, David. I have a question. Hello, Evalon Mist 254. I'm in a healthy relationship but doubt myself with hypervigilance and keep thinking I'm missing something. My question is how to stop self-sabotaging when my relationship is calm. And you're from Mexico. Thanks for telling me where you're from. Mindfulness of our behaviors, right? It sounds like you're doing something that you don't like. So we be mindful. So think about how you want to react. Instead of beating yourself up, we accept it. We recognize, we identify, and we say we want to do, we don't just change. Change to what? What would you like to do? Write it down. Put it on your wall. Take a second to react to things. Take a moment. Okay? You're having relationship problems? There's always some help. Counseling can help you. Professionals tend to know how to make things better, but more importantly, you get to express yourself. Talk to them. I hope you're talking to them about these things. Right? Ask them what they think. How do they feel about this stuff? What would they rather you do? And maybe there's some problems in the relationship. I'm not trying to add more doubt, but if you have a pattern of having relationships where bad behaviors continue and continue, and you're not really aware of them, and you don't say something, maybe we're doing this again. So maybe help could help you. Huh? I don't know. But let's identify the behaviors we don't like, and let's think of a different option or two. How would you rather? Because the feelings will come. Mindfulness is our awareness of our behaviors, and if we just behave the way we want to, it becomes more normal and natural. It feels better after a while, right? Saida again from France. Why do nice, non-toxic people become suddenly passive and negative, especially in romantic relationships? Well, besides the label, right? That's what you're saying. Toxic, non-toxic people, we all have become suddenly possessive and negative. Now, I can sit here and tell you maybe psychological reasons why some people are negative and possessive, and maybe it's depression, maybe it's things, but I need something more specific and tangible. Can you give me an example? People become negative, maybe they already are. That's usually signs of maybe depression. Possessiveness, possessive over objects, over you. Are they objectifying you? Do they believe they own you, own the rights to you, entitled to you? Do they not respect your boundaries and how you feel, what you want, what you need? I don't know how to answer this. Why did they become this way, especially in romantic relationships? Well, toxic traits take time to surface. So what I was saying earlier, maybe that's the answer you're looking for. Toxic traits surface in relationships in time due to stress. All relationships have problems. None of them are stress-free. So they're not easy. So eventually, especially if you're toxic, and that means you can't communicate well, you're not being honest, vulnerable, right? And you don't live your life right or something, addictions, eventually there'll be stress in that relationship, especially for someone with a personality disorder, someone that is toxic, but for everyone. If we're not talking enough, and I'm not sure if you love me still, I'm not sure if we're still getting married, I'm not sure if you're still attracted to me or not, because we haven't had sex as much lately. But if we don't talk about these things, it just makes it worse. And it causes stress. So someone who doesn't communicate well is going to have stress in their relationships. Do you see that? And as that stress surfaces, so will your bad traits, your fear of abandonment, you being judgmental, if you're not very honest, if you don't have much integrity, if you're not very loyal, not very respectful, soon, eventually, it'll show. And that's why I tell you, all of you, that you went too fast. All of you who say they changed, you didn't take the time. If someone totally changed who they are in 6 months, no, it took you 6 months to see who they are. You thought they were someone else in a month when you didn't know them. We get confused and think that we know somebody, in a week, in a month. I say they're nice and we have fun. Well, that's it. Good to go. But if somebody suddenly changed, that's how long it's taking to get to know them. They're obviously not just changing. It just took a while for it to surface. And that's usually due to stress, right? The saying, you really get to know somebody when SHTF, right? You guys know what SHTF, when what hits the fan? When it's stressful, right? What did we have 3 years ago? The P word, the V word, right? you got to find out who a lot of people really are, because stress forced a lot of personality traits to surface. I found out who a lot of people are in the last 3 years. It took the stress. Yeah? You don't know who someone is when you meet him and just spend a day at the carnival. Wait till you can't pay your mortgage, or they can't. Wait till they get fired from a job. Start to really see who someone is. Make sense? Yeah. All right. Next question is from Victoria from the Bay Area. She says, my second question is, how do I command respect after my stroke? People were telling me what to do. I'm recovered for years now, and they're still telling me what to do. And the worst part is, I'm actually letting them. I've been blessed with a full recovery. I don't want to live my life worrying about if I have another stroke. So please stop reminding me I'm sick. Is that too much to ask? So you ask them to stop. If they don't stop, you stop talking to them. I don't know how to make it more clear than that, Victoria. If we care about a relationship, we give it 100%. We're totally vulnerable. We totally tell them the truth. We totally tell them how we feel, and we totally ask for what we want, and we make sure our terms are very clear and understandable. And if that doesn't work, we can try counseling, help. If that doesn't work, it's over. It's over. If your family won't stop something you don't like, all you can do is ask them, but you have to accept them. You can't control them. We accept it. People that worry are not accepting, right? I'm going to worry and worry about what they're doing, and there's got to be some way I can keep them safe and make them do this and make them come home and make them call me and make them... No, you can't. You just accept it. So I have people that remind me of my stroke, that are telling me what to do, and I say, you are making... Now, if this is someone you care about, then they care about your feelings. So I've used this example before. Let's say I'm married and my wife cares about my feelings, because that's the only person I will marry. She has to care about me, who I am, specifically my feelings. So therefore, all I have to do is tell her how I feel, right? Honey, I feel frustrated. Honey, I feel upset. Honey, I feel sad. Honey, I feel depressed. Honey, I'm grieving. Honey, I'm worried. Honey... That's all I have to say, because she cares about my feelings, and that just opens it right up for, honey, why? Tell me. But what do we do? What do we have to do? Well, your did is wrong. That's bad. That's wrong. We instantly go to what you did, because they don't care about how we feel, because we know that that's not good enough, is it, Victoria? What's going to happen when you tell your family that feels bad? They're going to say, well, then you shouldn't do it. They're judging you. Yeah? They're judging you. They're judging you by your behaviors and what you do. We don't do that. You can live your life however you want. What if you want to eat French fries all day? Drink alcohol? They won't like that, will they? What can they do about it? Nothing. Will they accept that? No. They'll try to control you, won't they? Can't. All I can say is, Victoria, I love you to death. It kills me to watch you eat French fries all day after you already had a stroke. I'm really worried about losing you. I don't know if I can be around this. I'm accepting this is how you're going to live. Great. I'm not going to try to change it. But I love you so much. I don't know how many days, weeks, or years I can continue to watch you kill yourself. I might have to stay away from you, because I accept that you're going to eat French fries all day. I accept that. Keep doing it. I'm not trying to change that. I'm just not sure if I can handle that. Right? I can't watch a heroin addict keep shooting heroin in their arms. Not very promising that things are going to change. No. Right? Victoria wants to eat French fries all day after a stroke, and I'm just using French fries. Maybe it has nothing to do with a stroke. Maybe I'm referring to more of a heart attack, but my point is you're going to keep doing something. You know, I say it like this. If you have a friend that does this all the time, how long is they going to be your friend? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Do research and tell them why it's so bad and try and get them help and drive them and take them to a doctor? No. You just accept that there's a person that does this all day, and do you want that in your life? No. And then you don't argue with them. Hey, David, I understand you like to hit your head all day, but I can't watch it. Enjoy yourself. Goodbye. Hope it works out for you. Do you see that? You're not trying to change me. You just accepted it, and now it's not in your life anymore. So much better. So much better. I hope I made myself clear. A little rant. Lose Baby Girl from Kansas. Do you have any suggestions for someone who is staying in a relationship for practical reasons? Ways to cope in a healthy way with unmet needs. There's no practical reason to stay in a relationship. There's only one reason, because I want to, because I love them. No other reason, except I have a child I'm still responsible for, I need to take care of, but I don't love them. You still have to take care of them. But I've not yet found a reason to stay in a relationship. And nothing practical. I asked you what was it, and you said financial. I said, good example. Common. But you're asking me, how do I stay? You're asking for like ways to cope. There's not enough information. Is this person abusing you? You just said neglectful. They're not meeting your needs. Okay, well then stop expecting them to. I mean, do you want the relationship over? You're just waiting to leave? Can you give me more information? I'll try to answer it next time. If you're in a relationship only because you're living with them and you haven't been able to leave yet and it's over, tell them that. This relationship is over. I want you to know that. Stop asking me about my day, how I feel, and I'm going to leave on this day. Now, are you going to tell me I can't tell them that? They will abuse me, hurt me, leave me, screw me over financially. Okay, you're in a bad situation. You're asking me what to do. Do I have any suggestions for someone who is staying? Leave. The only suggestion I have. You're going to say, no, I choose to stay, or I can't. Well, you better have a plan. You better ask for help. Call for support, talk to people, have them in your corner. Find a way to get out of this, a plan, and remind yourself every day and do something every day to get out of that plan. But one thing, I mean, we aren't going to meet each other's needs at all anymore, right? So stop giving them emotional attention, asking them how they feel about things, stop looking at them, stop talking to them, do your own thing, stay busy, and stay focused on what your plan is all the time, and don't stray from that plan. If this is something emotionally that we need to cut off, then we do what's called gray rocking. Gray rocking is you try not to get emotional over the other person. I used to get upset all the time when they do this behavior. Well, now it's over, so they can do that behavior if they want. I'm just going to ignore it and try to get out of here and stick to my plan. I'm not going to emotionally react to things. I'm not going to ask questions. I'm not going to look at them. I'm not going to answer many questions. Simple yes or no. Sure, just keep them happy. Say yes just to agree, just to keep them happy. But you got to get out of there. I'm telling you, sounds extremely damaging. And there is no good reason to choose to stay. You might feel like you don't have that option to choose. And that's where the stress becomes trauma. So I'm sorry that you're in this situation. I don't really know what it is, but there's no reason to stay. We don't stay in unhealthy relationships for children. We don't stay in unhealthy relationships for money. We don't stay in unhealthy relationships for any reason, except that you may feel like you don't have an option. It's not your choice anymore. You have to stay. There is no way out. And if you're in that situation, I can't recommend getting help more. Get help. There's probably things you can do. Someone might be able to help you and show you and tell you. There's a lot more laws that protect you than we're usually aware of. Things like this. Sounds like you need help. Get all the help you can get. Hire it. Ask people in your life for support. Tell them, talk to them. But you got to come up with a plan. If you don't have a plan, you'll never get out. Yeah? They're not going to change. We don't wait. Time won't, make it better. Good luck. Ask me more questions. Hi, David. Salema from France. What is the most important thing you would like to pass on? Oh, I already answered that. Yeah, and again, I'll just say acceptance. Love yourself first, and that's by accepting yourself. We start to learn to accept our mistakes, our failures, our shortcomings, and the beautiful parts of us that we may get scared to express. Why not? We all might be experts in something. We're all very creative. Express the good parts of yourself and the bad parts. Tell people how you feel. Okay? and accept people for who they're showing you they are. We don't want to change people. Be careful of helping someone that doesn't want the help. Oh, I want you to be a nice, loving, functional, happy person. Yeah, sounds great, but what if they don't? Right? It wouldn't matter if they did. What are you going to do for them? How are you going to make them that? Don't they need to be? Yeah. So that's something I'd like to pass on. You guys are able to look at yourself, take, personal inventory, stock, introspect, accept ourselves, not worry about things we have no control or that we're powerless over. Get help when we need it. Ask for help. Accept help. Okay? Yeah, thanks for asking. Thank you guys all for your questions very much. Please keep asking them. If you guys watch this video and you like it, hit the like button and they will continue. It's that simple. I'm leaving it up to you guys. Love yourself first. I'll see you guys again soon. If you want help, you can find me at daviddemars.com.